Hello FUTWIZ gang, welcome back to another video on the FUTWIZ YouTube channel today. As we promised you before, we've got our FGS1 recap with our champ, and it's actually in person, which is very buzzing to do. We're at the hotel at the moment, so this is our BTEC setup. It's looking pretty good to be fair. What we're going to do is we're going to run through our Swiss and then move in to show you some highlights from how Ethan got to the final. So starting off, Higgins, Swiss run, it was a bit of a mixy one, wasn't it? You went 6-2?
Yeah, 6-2. We started off very rocky as well. I think we went 1-0, straight into 1-1. It's a very tough start.
You got hit 6-1 on Zurich servers.
Zurich servers.
We was out after game 2, weren't we?
It wasn't looking good. I think it was a nice little rage grip.
Yeah, proper rage grip. But played TAS, which was an interesting game.
TAS was actually very happy with what TAS done. So with the server situation, me and TAS had to play direct service. The game was much better. And we got the win there. Yeah,
it was a pretty good game. And then went up against this gentleman. Who's this gentleman? We've got it in front of us, by the way, so we remember.
I think the Lassie backman, I think he used to be very good at it in the industry. I think he dropped off a little bit, like he didn't play as much, but he used to be very good. It was a very tough game, but we managed to come out that one.
Yeah, you'll see it on the screen who we played anyway. But anyway, look, you guys don't care about the Swiss. You care about the actual highlights of how we got to being champions. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit play because we've got the laptop in front of us. And we're going to go through our highlights. And we kick off the first round of the knockouts with a bye, and then we played against Hezers, who's an Italian on the Zurich servers, and this is how it went.
Very tough game, you see. So we learned from our lessons, and our first game on Zurich, we lost 6-1. Couldn't get touch the ball, couldn't move. So we adapted the game plan, a lot slower, just a different game style, really.
Just really took our time on the build-up and stuff, and you see the first goal we scored was a corner. We didn't really score many corners this time round, and as you see, he gets a couple of bounces and he scores.
There was a couple of goals in the qualifier, which is a little bit rigged hit in there, but what can you do?
And this is a good one, isn't it? This is literally like the 90th minute, leg one to go 2-1 up. Nice little player lock as well.
Very important goal. A little bit of composure at the end as well. Just like get a little touch, little finish. Very important goal.
But it starts off with him, I believe, getting a goal early on. And what's your mindset when this is happening? Obviously, him getting a goal and then him getting a quick fire, another goal to then take the lead. Like, what do you prepare yourself for? Because obviously, you take him the lead, your head's probably going, or a lot of players' heads would be going, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so when I went 3-2 down, it was actually really unfortunate situation because obviously past experience at the server very hard to play.
Oh, that penalty,
as you can see, the goal before that was very good. A little relentless passing to the passing side, very good goal. Penalty there, that's my own fault. Press circle, Van Dijk. It's always going to climb, always going to get a pen, always going to score. But I think we did score some very nice goals. I think you're going to see one right now. Little fake drag back on Zurich server. We're very happy with that one.
What I would say as well, like the mentality, and you gridded on him at 4-4 by the way as well.
Just a little bit icy.
Yeah.
Of course, we got hit with the Italian special. First over the top 3 ball.
Power shot as well. But what I will mention is like the mentality of Ethan to get through this game. For me, this is one of the most important games of the whole Swiss, which I've mentioned, for the reason being like we're playing on an awful server. The game is slow. We had to adapt our game and make sure we're really taking our time with like the build up and stuff. And it was just a case of just getting through the game, and then this masterpiece.
Oh yeah, so we've been working on. I'll give a little shout out to Zach. We've been working on England setup. Little nice little free kick. I think I baited it with Yaya, or did I not?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, a little bait with Yaya. Hopefully things want to pass it and end up just right and get straight in.
When this one, we just looked at each other like,
just looked at each other, yeah. A little greedy as well. Hopefully get his head a little bit hot.
Absolutely, but yeah, that was the win. And then we come up against this gentleman.
He was very good. So I knew about Rodalja from Cups at the start of the year. He was flying, and the reason why is because we was all scared of him because he was very good with gold Karim Benzema. So he had a lot of pulling on strings, but I think in this game we had a very good start.
Yeah, we did some fair, didn't we?
Yeah, without spoiling too much, I think it was nice sort of 3-0 in 30 minutes.
Yeah, to be fair, when you get a good start as well, I think that's when you're at your best as well, because you're incredible defensively, and a big part of our game is obviously the defensive game. I say our game, your game, is the defensive game, and I think that's where we really benefited in this knockout run as well. Like you say, a load of different goals as well, don't get me wrong. Corner goal.
Fair, another corner.
That's 2 corners.
We scored a couple, but not as many as what we did aim to score.
Yeah, of course.
I think this goal here was a little bit nice, a little bit build up, 4-3-2-1, working side. Little skill combo, a little bit dribbling, little passing side, very tidy goal, so 3-0 up.
That was a clean goal. And at this point, when you're 3-0 up, like, what are your thoughts, or what is like your kind of like game plan?
So my game plan is to go 3-0 to half time, but as we're going to see in a second, it just doesn't quite go to plan. I'm not sure how this went in, but it wasn't the worst goal conceded, but I wasn't too happy about it. So now the aim is go to half time 3-1 up. But a little bit lucky. We got a little bit bounce here and there, go to hard time, 4-1 up, so we'll get to 3-goal lead again. So again, we got what we wanted, 3-goal lead into half time. Hopefully control the game. But again, kick-off. This guy was very good from kick-off. I'm pretty sure he might have got another one from kick-off very soon after this. Worked it very well. Got to keep moving in my head, 4-2. Give the ball out straight away. Own kick-off, silly mistakes. Next thing you know, gets 4-3 out of nowhere. So I've gone from total control, 4-3, hands get a little bit shaky, saying, oh, like, what's going on here? As you can see with how long it took kick-off.
Yeah, of course. You take like a little break and stuff just to compose yourself and then back into it. Nice little step over with Ginola.
Nice little Anders step over that one.
Yeah, shout out Anders for that one. And then straight into it. But yeah, a lot of our games were just literally back and forth, end to end, weren't they, really?
Yeah.
Like,
This goal, is this goal?
oh, this one, oh my God.
I need to have a word with the referee and maybe Edwin.
Like the fact
But
that Pele
maybe
snapped him, it didn't get given. And then he gets the deflection, no, he gets the rebound, and then the keeper saves it, and then he gets the tap in again.
Yeah, you boys went to see, but we actually went to the instant replay for that game. He clattered me. Absolutely clattered me. I'm not sure I wasn't given. Nice little player lock inside. Nice little Allen.
Usually a lot of the time at this stage, like he should probably waste time. But it's the to be fair, it's the first leg, wasn't
That
it?
was only first leg.
6-4 first leg, I forgot about that.
Went from 6-4 first leg to 0-0 to 60th minute. Perfect start for me. Just holding that lead. Got a goal, about to install a 3-goal lead. Nice little skill combo. Take our time, build up. Fluent football.
That's an unreal goal, by the way, as well, isn't it? Like, it's just a beautifully worked goal. I mean, obviously, he gets one back. He's going to, like, constant press tax as well. Like, he's going to get a lot of possession, like, especially in our third, like, when he's pressing, if you can't beat the press. But that takes us through to the next one. We played against Neat, who is arguably probably, a lot of the pros who I speak to say that he's the best player on the game.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't get as much flowers as he deserves, but in the pro scene, he definitely does. Like, a lot of the pros know this, don't they?
Yeah, so I think most people playing in practice just know he is the best, one of the top 3 players actually in the game at the moment. And we start off very, very poorly. He needs very good attacking, if not one of the best attackers in the game. 2-0 down from the rip. Very, very bad start. But a little special ball inside, make it 2-1. But yeah, it's very important to go back from 2 goals down, because if we let that game go out of hand, it could have easily been 4 or 5.
Oh, absolutely. But I think a big part of the reason why Ethan bounces back in games like this, especially against like the top players, this is a really nice goal as well, to be fair.
The whiz goal combo.
Like, really nice. It's just more so like the mentality thing. People say like mental is such a big thing in FIFA, and I think you can agree as well, isn't it? Like, it's just generally about believing that you can still get back into the game and slowing the game down a little bit, gaining a bit of composure, and then you go and concede one of them and it's like a setback.
Just straight setback.
But nah, it is. It's just very much about mentals and just understanding your opponent. Like, we knew Neat was a top player, and it was very much a case of like, look, we're going to have to take it to him, aren't we?
Yeah, he's never about to hold Neat to a 1-0, 2-0 game. So before she had to match him his own game, next thing you know, a little bit of luck here and there for him, 4-4.
The Van Dijk block, by the way. And then he just taps it in like that. But yeah, 4-4 going into the second leg. 0-0.
Worked very well inside. Wanted a little bit more for my keeper, or for Alawang to miss that shot, but
this is a beautiful through ball here, by the way.
Through ball, on Hootil, shot inside, nice.
Just Kunku.
Equalise. 5-5.
5-5, it's a mad game. Oh, you get cooked here.
I'll be real, I have not once in my like competitive career been fried like that for my life.
Yeah, you got worked.
I
mean, last minute, literally,
minute,
he's going out at the moment, a ball over the top, heads it down to R9, and then the main man finishes it. At this point, we're like, yeah, you know what? Like, we can do this.
Okay, then send a Dharma there. Hopefully didn't see it. He seen it a little bit too late. Perfect control, got to be lucky. That finish, I'm not too sure what to say. I think I looked at Denman and kind of said, I don't quite believe it. But won the game, 7-6.
Yeah, it was a good game. Then we went into Tuga, which we knew was going to be... those of you know, Tuga is very resilient in the way he plays. And you really have to score the first goal against him. Otherwise, it's going to be hard work. And that's what we've done. We scored 2 goals and then gets a questionable goal. I think it's a bit of bad defending from Ethan, to be fair, with the left back.
Very poor player switching from me, but we'll take a 2-1 lead. Would have preferred 2-0, but we scored some nice goals. Again, working inside it. Everyone could care. You haven't seen that in a very long time in FIFA, but it's a very nice goal.
This was only 20 minutes in as well. 3-1 up. He's put a pause in, but before we can get the pause away, we get a ball over the top and a nice header from Nkunku to make it a nice 3-goal lead.
Before half time? Well, that's what you'd think. Somehow, some way, that ball bounced at R9 and he's forward it.
Just bounced perfectly as well. It's a good inception, but I mean, it just went to him.
Yeah.
And then Tuga manages to get back into the game just before the end with another goal.
How can you catch him? You just can't. Just one of them before your goals give away. 90th minute. You didn't quite see the build-up, but there's a couple of bounces, very fortunate bounces, which went his way for that goal. But fortunately, yet again, extra time.
I don't know what that was. That was
honestly,
just the end of the game coming in there. But
I think when you must scream at the end of that one,
yeah,
which gave away.
that was a big game. Then against Adjuan Fuentes, who arguably is probably one of the better players who we played against.
Out of the whole qualifier, I wasn't quite sure what to expect from Adrian, because I think he sees my name in the semi-finals thinking, oh, I'll take that. I see his name in the semi-finals thinking, oh, I'll take that. So it's a very weird game, but I think he was the best person I played all qualifier. He was so good in the 4-3-2-1, I couldn't quite believe it. Because I thought I was arguably one of the best in 4-3-2-1 at the time, but he just showed me a different level, I'll be honest with you.
Like, he kept fizzing the ball into R9 and breaking our midfield, which we just couldn't get off head round while he was doing it, wasn't it?
Yeah, like actually in the game, if he's actually watching the stream at the time, I was literally pausing him and clicking stuff to try and analyse what was actually going on.
I think at the halfway point throughout the game, we were just realising there was no way to stop him from doing it. It was just the way he was playing, and we was just like, look, we're just going to have to go at him and just beat him at it. Just play our game and score more goals than him. Now, I know it sounds really simple, but it was just the case, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think I said to you and Dan at the time, I was like, this guy, unfortunately at the time, just is better than me. He's just managing to adapt to the situation I'm given and just try and score lucky goals and just try and minimise the threat.
That was literally the conversation we had. We was like, look, we know he's better than you right now. In this game, he's better than you. It's just about finding a way in these games of getting through a game where you're behind. That finesse with, is that your
very important, to it. Scored a couple of them this qualifier. I think extra time yet again. Who's surprised? I think that's now 3 games. That's 3 games in a row. Extra time.
3 games in a row.
I can't see him tell you that bit of a cross and hope situation, but Dharma Traore, the special man.
MVP, mate, MVP. But look, we didn't hold on for too long because he comes with the reverse elastic, kind of bangs it with R9.
It's very poor defending. Honestly, it's very unlike me. But yet again, we see 5-5 in extra time. Things you don't really like to see. This goal, very unorthodox. We had a discussion at the time about not doing that, but in my head I was like, you know what?
But that thing is, that conversation did happen because you was spamming it. You got desperate at one point where we were slapping a bit of Benny ball, and then here we go.
Actually, had to go constant press, get the ball back onto a tail to get past the keeper.
Little phantom glide shot, Ricky.
You think it's over, right? No. Very poor defending for me. I pressed X too soon. Next thing you know, 120th minute, he got a goal kick. When I tell you my blood pressure was high, fortunately, he messed it up and we win 7-6. I'm not sure how many goals that's been in the knockout stage, but it is a disgrace. It's not my game style. It's
a lot. And now, before we go on to the final here, obviously against Nicholas, what are you thinking going into the final against Nicholas? Obviously one of the best players in the world, as we know. Fortunately, we've actually had our... we've kind of been his nemesis, haven't we?
Yeah.
Every player has their nemesis, right?
So far this season, Nico's top 3, I'd argue top 2 favorite players, honestly, of all time. But so far this year, I've had my fair share against him. So in E-Champions League, we matched him and we played him to make the event. We beat him. In Masters, me and Sneb played him and his teammate D. Sanchez. We've beat him. So I'm starting thinking third time.
It's surely his time.
In a final, you think it's his time?
Yeah.
I have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But this was a very good game, so strap yourselves in. What's the first thing you think of when you look at a person's team? Do you look out for certain things, or do you just kind of know that they're all going to have the better
I look
players?
at the person who's actually playing, but honestly, we start off very, very well. The working side, Elastico, perfect start. Against someone who rarely concedes goals, very important to start off on the front foot. But yet again, we don't keep our lead for long.
The front foot didn't last for long.
No, it's a very fortunate goal for Nico to score, but there's not really much I could do about that. He played it one inside, got a little bit lucky with the rebound, but I wasn't too upset. Then we baited the German, working side. We got our fair share for luck for a change.
Yeah, that was a lucky
We didn't get it too much this qualifier, but we got our luck, make it 2-1. You think we keep lead? No, we don't. I would argue that's a very fortunate goal.
He's player locked, isn't he? He's player locked to him. And
I don't think you were meant to do that, but obviously you take it in a final, you take whatever you want.
I think 3 of the goals in this final have been very bad so far.
Goal of tour, hands down. Hands down goal of tour.
You were gassed when you scored that.
Honestly, when I said to them, I scored that goal, I looked at them and said, it's my time. We're scoring goals against Nicholas in the final. It's very important.
And then the Trivella with Alawaran was that?
Yeah, so it's good to have variation to obviously get a little Trivella, very simple really to the pro goals, but when you've got what's the word? I can't think of the alternative of the skill combo, you've got to be scared of everything.
And obviously going into the second leg, you're 4-2 up. Obviously we've been in this position before, so we don't get excited. We didn't get excited at any point throughout this game.
No. Fair share of luck again.
Yeah, to be fair, this is the only game we actually got a good bit of luck in, wasn't it? With a few of our goals, but I think there was some Really good goals and really bad goals in the final from both of
Yeah,
us.
so that goal, he looks nice on paper, but wasn't too happy about the pass. Like a little 180 spin driven across the pitch, but he played it well, to be fair to him, after the pass.
This is where squeaky bum time comes in with 2 goals up with half an hour to go.
And if you've been watching this qualifier, you know full well, for some reason, Ethan can't hold a lead.
A lead of 3 goals.
Top, you think, it was perfectly weighted, to be fair. 1 goal, can we hold on? Do we change formation? Do we not? Do we stick? It's a really sticky situation to be in. Unfortunately, we didn't change. We got caught on the counter. And you think,
We thought he was offside.
Alphonso Davies, he's going to score. I thought he wouldn't. Straight into the top left-hand corner. I couldn't quite believe it.
And extra time we go, we have a bit of a reset.
So extra time. So what, is that the 4th, 5th game in a row now? Extra time. Perfectly played pass to Gavin Birch. Little pass across, empty net. Do you reckon that's it?
Definitely not.
Of
Definitely
course
not.
it's
There's more to come. A few more goals to come, actually.
Second half extra time, couldn't quite hold on. Very, very unfortunate bounce to Alphonso Davies, who was absolutely awful for me all weekend.
Scores a hat-trick against you.
He almost scored a hat against me. You're thinking, oh, Ethan, the penalty is pretty good.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we squeezed.
Nice
we
little
high,
squeeze.
115th minute, very brave decision. We hold up well. Go backwards, recycle, trigger the right centre mid forward, play it over the top, little flick down, 116th minute.
Perfect.
This is the time. 5-4-1, all the boys back.
I don't even think we celebrated this goal, did we?
We didn't celebrate.
We didn't celebrate the goal.
Fortunately, that was it.